Hello South Africa, it's Keke, your daughter. This is my family, Anthony. This is my son, Fiso, my eldest son. Like I told you in the insets, in the pictures and insets, that this is him that I was talking about. He was 7 years when this whole ordeal started, and now he's a grown-ass man. You can see him. He's 13 years old. We're living with him and his father. We've been evicted from our house. We now found shelter at his grandmother's place, and we've got no source of income. We've been played by what do I call it? A logistics magnate or somebody, a logistics company, together with a corrupt lawyer that stringed us on, gave us lots of false hopes. We've got no other, our dreams faded away, that we were hoping by this time we would be able to sustain ourselves, be able to clothe ourselves, feed ourselves, but we don't have any proper income. I'm unable to complete my studies for chartered accountancy, and my son is also not able to go to proper schools that he had started off with, and we're having a tough time, and both socially as well, and we're just living off an old lady, and support from lots of people around, and times are tough now that we are in the COVID era. Jobs are not coming up as well as before, and we feel we're flat on our backsides now. And we sincerely ask if anyone out there or in the legal fraternity that can be able to, who sees this and has got integrity, can come up and be able to help us. It's not like we're asking something that's not ours. We're asking that we help in getting back our truck that's working fee-free, and the fees for the services that it's rendering out there, and we've been just hijacked from it's been taken or kidnapped from us, in short. And would be eternally grateful to anyone who can help us in that regard.
And then ke sathenga leyo truck leyo ngokuthi bekunendawo ekuthiwa kusemalini Logistics Potchefstroom. Bekufuneka abantu abazongena basape, and then emva kwaloko ke kwaba khona ke lapho abangivalela khona nazi izinja lana, and then nasi sibhamlanga abanjwa ngamawashini ukuthi ke ufunani truck awubona ukuthi sisayisebenzisa. And then ke nabaceda lapha bangitshela ukuthi abantu balesonto engisonta kulo abahluphi njengami ngoba ngihlupha, abaya understand. And then ke nangithi nami ngiyabheka lana izinja lana yibhambu, ngiyabheka vele amabhuna ay3, lo muntu bamlahlelelele bengihamba nayo le ngaphandle egate bamkhiphile ejardini bathamelele ngaphandle. Manje ke nami ngaphuma sengicolisa, sengicela uxolo ngicolisa ukuthi nami ngikhona nje ukuthola imbobo nyane encane ukuthi ngikhona ukuthi ngihamba. And then i-truck naku ngiyayibona vele ilayishile ngenhlanhla, ngiyayibona nayo ilayishile iyaphuma. And then nayiphuma, and then basho ke kimi bathi hayi futhi le truck lena sike siceda nokuyilungisa, siservice gearbox, ithi sambe sokuprintela amaphepha ukuthi sispende emalini. Base bangitshela ukuthi bona baspende ikhona leyo proof leyo evidence yabo ukuthi baspende 91,000, which is false. Basicreatele yona leyo what manje kusukela ngo2011 until manje. And then nabafonelwa from i-police station lelo phoyisa lelo lalikhona ngaleso sikhathi lifona kwakumalaza if nangabe ngisakhumbula kahle. uthi-ke manje sicela nibhadale le ndoda niyinikeze ne-truck yayo, and then basho ukuthi no, loyo muntu loyo nakathanda ngathatha iloya yakhe, athatha iloya akafuna ngeke lithole le truck. And then kwenzakala ukuthi sizame i-legal sense amaloya okucala, kwathola ukuthi nabo hayi ngathi bachaza ukuthi hayi ngathi izabahlula le. And then emva kwaloko-ke khona lapha e-police station badecide ukuthi no, ngcono basisiza ngokuthi bavule i-case ukuthi labantu basithathele i-truck. And then-ke ngapha futhi-ke bakhonile nami ukungibamba ngama-washing, ngapha izibhamu, ngapha izinja, ukuthi-ke ngasolo ngizobahlupha ngokuzofuna i-truck. And then emva kwaloko-ke bavulelwa i-case, bakhona ukuba i-transfer i-case yakhona iye ngale e-Potchefstroom, amaphoyisa wasetsakana khona ukungisiza wona kakhulu. And then-ke kwase ngiyawuthola-ke umlayezo noma i-report back ukuthi amaphoyisa aphethe leyo case ubani nobani nobani abakhona laba base-Potchefstroom. And then-ke nangilibele ngenza ama-contact nabo, ngenza i-follow up ukuthi izinto zihamba kanjani. And then ngenhlanhla-ke watholakala ukuthi le case iphethwe amabhunu, futhi amabhunu vele afana nabo, kodwa ukhona umuntu omnyama nje ngathi uyokwazi usebenzisana nabo. And then-ke solwasho nayo kwaphela I think almost 3 months, but basayenza investigation, ekugcineni bathi case close. Lapha bona batholanga truck, akuna truck, akunakuthi labantu bayangikweleta, i-false case. And then-ke ngase-ke ngiba nesikhalo-ke kule phoyisa ngoba lo muntu wakithi ofana nami ukuthi no, manje ngoba lento engikhulumayo injalo, evidence nayo ikhona la, lathi no siyile lapha kodwa-ke azange kuhambeke kahle, into wena engakusiza ukuthi mhlambe nongathola i-lawyer ezimele. And then the print out yale case nayifika-ke ngiyabona vele amagama wabo namabhunu. And then naye lo muntu wakithi bekazama ukuthi angisize ukuthi mhlambe-ke ngithole i-lawyer engangisiza ngoba bekabona naye ukuthi khona into engahambanga kahle ngale case. Yaba kanjalo. And then ngaya nakwa-NPA, and then NPA, then i-office lakhona ngathi nangingena cishe ngakhona kulapha ngase-Bloemfontein, nakhona kwaba khona ngomtholayo wathi no, ama-case anjengalanka abawenzi. And then-ke ngoba bese ngibalile ukuthi no, ngaya kwa-NPA, ngaya kwa-Speak Out, ngaya kwa-Daily Sun, ngaya kwa-SABC, and then ngagcina kwa-EFF. So EFF kuyo ngigcine iyogcina vele ngigcine ngo-2019 ukuya khona ku-November cishe 2019 November. So bangitshela ukuthi-ke after 2 months bangabuya mhlambe kimi bangithinte, then ngilibele ngenza follow up ukubathinte.
The 1st of August, they would then, we agreed that would be the date we would both officially start calling ourselves business partners. They had our truck, and then they would also be using it to deliver coal and other stuff that they were using for the companies they were in business with. They had these so-called contracts that they had, and then generously from their side they also gave us their business profile. Then their business profile also stated that they would who they were with, and they said they were Emalini Logistics. Okay, fine, and they had been in business for over 20 years at that time. We got after that period we received a call from a car tracker concerned that why our tracker, their tracker wasn't pulling, so to speak. There was no network from their side. They couldn't detect where the car was, and can we go and find out what's going on? And we were able to Anthony, my partner, quickly went over to them, and then he to see what was going on. But we had phoned them immediately to tell them that no, this company called us and they notifying us something. The tracker is not, I don't know what the correct term they use, but it's not giving them any feedback. can we try and give them feedback on why the case, or what the case was under their reading. He quickly took a taxi to Potchefstroom. We still had the car, but we were unable to put sufficient fuel in it. So there he found the business partners that were operating from their premises. We told them what we had about the phone call from the company Emalini, the car tracker. So they were like, no, it's just normal services that we're performing on your company, on your car. We just removed a battery, and fortunately, the time that he was coming in, the truck was loaded, and was about to deliver coal. I'm not sure where to. It was working fine. So we're happy with that. We came back home, and same year. Okay, same year. We're still not receiving any payments, and he goes back and he queries. He wants to know why we're not receiving any payment, and then they remind him that we made some we performed standard maintenance on that vehicle, and it looks like you are owing us now. You are owing us monies for those maintenance. Fine, but then where's our portion now? I think with our negotiations, we take them back to what we had spoken about, and but they're not forthcoming. They just only focusing on their maintenance and whatever they did on the DAF. Time goes on, and my second child passes away from he had severe cerebral palsy, and we were busy with the plans for the funeral. And during that week, it was June the 26th, 2012, we see a white man. He's coming he's at our gate. I mean, we live in the location, so they stand out like a sore thumb. So we attend to him, and he tells us he's been sent. He's a sheriff of the court. He's been sent is on official duty from Emalini Logistics to deliver our summons. Summons? No, sign. Are you Kekeletso? Yes. Partner, are you aware who's Bheki? At the time his surname was Kunene. Yes. Okay. Perform the official duties, we sign, and then we wonder, what is this? And then it's all written in Afrikaans. We ask him, what's this? He's not willing to talk that much, to elaborate. Yeah. No problem. We take the summons, we put them on the table. We don't look at them until after we've finished with the funeral arrangements. Well, and then after that we start chatting about how we're gonna. What's this? I know Afrikaans a bit, but I see 10 days, and I see that this thing needs to be taken care of, I think, within 10 days, and we needed to get help ASAP. We go seek advice from, we don't have lawyers, and we think we also need to meet them on the same level and find lawyers. Go to the court and attend our case for liquidation, as well as an eviction. So we're coming in and out of court. Now that the year is 2014, we're not getting any joy from all our partners that we're working with, him included. And he tries to delay it, but he appears once only for the eviction case, which was, I guess, it was an easy one. We got an extension, and then but we were definitely going to move out, and we're not very legally aware of how things were going to work. So he played us very easily. I started learning that we had no foot to stand on, because this guy had a bond that he was paying, and we were living in his property. We were just the magistrate then decided to it was empathizing with us in that he gave us an extension, but we definitely had to go. The 3rd of December, we were evicted. We were evicted after the schools closed. My son was in school, I think in grade 2 at the time, and we packed our stuff. Late at night, and now the owners of the house wanted their home. They had now bought. You know how excited you are when you've just bought a new house. We had it with us. They've given us enough time, and then packed our stuff. They just wanted us out of their property. We were living rent free. Middle of the night, we went through to a relative. We asked for accommodation temporarily, and until we decided what to do. And then we formally we packed everything. Still in December, when we moved out, we were able to come back and organize some transport. And we paid for the transport with what was left for us that was the year 2017 now. 2017, yes. We moved out and came to Mpumalanga, where we just thought we'd just here to stay for a short while to clear our head, but we'd go back to deal with our legal problems when in time. But that never transpired, and we stayed on. And at that time, we were not resting. We were still looking for legal assistance in any way we could. We were speaking to anybody and anyone who had an ear to listen to come and assist. Not only that, in that time, when we were in Mpumalanga, it came to us that we could now start looking for other legal peristalters that would help us, structures that were out there. We went on to the public protector. Remember, we're just ordinary citizens. We're not aware of how these people work. So we just trying the dice, so to speak, trying our luck here, whichever door could help us. We knocked on the door of the public protector at the time. That's the 2017, and they told us they couldn't help us. And that's not the scope, or the mandate is not with our case, with the kind of case we had presented to them. We move on to Law Society, where then we thought we should just take legal actions against Mr. Ramano for not for leading us on with fake promises. Now, yeah, they deal with him for about a year and a half, and in that time, and then he then decided, he then speaks to us, and we were comforted when we feel that he's going to start working. He calls us, speaks nicely, talks to us, calls us to his office, and he promises that he's going to now start working and do things as he's supposed to have done from the beginning. And then somewhere down the line, he's no longer taking our calls, and we've already agreed that we would withdraw our case from legal aid, from the Law Society. We would sign that when we were not going to ask them to punish him for not working. And that's where we are at the moment. He's got our withdrawal, and he hasn't been working.
Ilana-ke la ngifihla khona ikhanda la khona-ke mayelana nokuthi ngalahlekelwa yiko konke kongalahlekela, and then-ke ngase ngiyacela-ke ngizala eMpumalanga kwagogo ngazocela ukuthi bangiboleke nje ikamera lokufihla ikhanda, yiyo indawo engihlala kuyo yona le. And then kwenzakala ukuthi last year December kufike ama-sheriff athi nawafika nawo athathunyelwe yibo labantu base-Emalini Logistics, laba bangikolodayo, babathumela ukuthi bazodla ikhampani. Nabafika la bathola ukuthi akuna khampani, kunalo mkhukhu, bathola ukuthi igcwele amawashing nje nalo mbhede esilala kuwo, bathi bona babona ikhampani. And then-ke base bathi umnikazi wendawo ngababonisa umnikazi wale ndawo, and then kwaba ukuhamba kwabo-ke. bathi ayikho into abangayenza ngoba babona ikhampani. Mase ngiyabaqhazela ukuthi-ke ikhampani idliwe yibo bonke laba, bayidla ikhampani idliwe yibo bona labantu ababathumelele.
So far, last time we were waiting for a progress report from EIPID, and fortunately, a few weeks after, we managed to get a call from Captain Mukojane, who then told us that he's gotten our case. But our main issue was the fact that we got no explanation once the case was closed, the one that we opened with the police station, their local police station in Potchefstroom. They explained to us then that it was a mistake on the policeman's side, that they didn't get feedback. It's something that they commonly do, but they're sincerely asking for an apology on their behalf. But then secondly, they are unable to assist us because they feel that this case is a civil matter that should be contested in a court of law, and they are unfortunately unable to help us. But we were disappointed, and we were hoping that they would be able to go within the premises or perhaps impound the vehicle, and then thereafter we could deal with the whole court case of not being able to get paid for the services that the truck had been rendering. Unfortunately, then they said that that's all they can do for us, and we should just move on. And so we're back again to square one, where we have to now find a lawyer again, where we had one and now we can't find, who disappointed us, and now they're still insisting we must find a lawyer and finish this off in a court of law, due to the fact that it's a contractual matter. And further on, we didn't sleep. We went to Potchefstroom and sought help from a political party called the BLF. We are well aware that they've been helping lots of people who had cases that were being racially abused by white people. So we were lucky enough to get ahead with them, and they're willing to assist nicely. And then it's just us now that there's few knots and ends that we have to complete on our side, and then we'll send them forward a video link of what's happening, so that they can have a clear picture of what's going on, and thereafter they'll let us know what documentation they need from us. But they were kind enough to say they're happy to help in any way possible, and we're very happy as well that there's someone out there who's willing to help us, and that our prayers are finally being answered. And BLF primarily helps black people, just standing for Black First, Land First.